Some of them spread the particles out, but I really didn't find it looking as good, so I just left everything to 0. So there's only a couple settings you have to adjust in there. Fire was definitely the best look to this, but you don't have to go with fire. You can go with a vortex look, but I just thought fire just looked more flowing. Inherent velocity, I just set to 75. You can leave it at 0. I don't notice too much of a difference. I believe it's only when the masks actually move, it kind of helps flow with it. But whatever effect looks right for you, just set it for that. Alright, now what else? 100 for that. That's good. Fire. Okay, now the birth size is the size of the particles. So I have these close to pretty much the same size, birth and death size. So kind of want them almost the same size, just so it looks like a constant size the whole way. So I mean, you could go smaller on the death size, I guess, to make them. It really depends, They're going to start off. Do you want them to start off small, or do you want to start off big and then fade smaller as they die out? So it's just going to depend. Just I'll just leave them kind of in the middle, to where they're both almost the same. Set it for like there. But no perfect thing there. You can even set the variance, keep it to 50, or just make them all the same size. It's just going to depend. So I'll set mine to 20. So I want them all kind of the same size, but just a few bigger and smaller. So just there's no one setting for this. It's just whatever works good. But at least you know how to basically do it and what I'm trying to do here. So you just got to play with all the stuff. I believe that's pretty much it. Fade out, I think that's right. Now you may want to change the longevity of it. I noticed it makes them extend a little bit more up. It makes them last a little bit longer. So you just got to play with it. I'll leave it at 2 for now. You just adjust it to whatever looks good for your scene. Okay, I think we're pretty much done with that. You definitely want to turn off the black layer before you do the next step. So let's go ahead and turn the brightness and contrast back up. On, turn this off. Just so we have our particles. See, and this is going to be our outline right here. Now, let's go ahead and bring this into a new comp. First, I want to add a blur to it. Let's add a little blur effect to it, just to soften them up a little bit, but not too much, because it's going to mess up the glow stage in the next one. So we'll just add a fast blur. 1. Repeat edges. Good. Okay. This way we get a nice soft, and when we glow everything, it just looks better. Plus we need it softened a little bit to displace the background image good, or it's not going to work very good. Alright, so what we'll do is let's keep all this. I'm trying to do this without confusing you at all. Can keep. I don't think we need. Yeah, we don't need it. Let's go ahead and get rid of these, just to show you definitely what we need. We're gonna need this one, because that's gonna go above. So let's pop that above, and then we'll have me, and then we have this above, or my head above the glow. Now we need to add a background, so let's go ahead and get that over with, so we can see the effect more. This background's a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to size it down to fit. Okay, which should be it. Good, and as you can see the little effect we got going on here. Now what I want to do is, we're going to take this one, the auto traced one with the particles in it, just to show you in our effect, and we're going to pre-comp this so we can use it as a displacement map, and then we can add the glow to the pre-comp of it. So let's select it, layer, pre-comp, make sure we move all attributes, We'll just call it displace and glow. Good. Now we can take this background and go to distort, displacement, set it for displace and glow, luminance, and just adjust it to where, you know, wherever you start to see the effect happen. I'm going to change the wrap there, stretch, just in case the image winds up being a different size. Okay, you just got to look at the edges, wherever the edges are flowing, like right here. You can see the change. You don't want it too much, you just want it to where it's a smooth kind of look. Like that. See, too sharp, it looks ugly, so you just want it just a ripple. And of course, this will all change by we're going to do some adjustments after we set all this stuff. And then you can go back and forth and find out, like adding more particles will affect it. If you look close enough, you can see it's rippling above my head up there. Okay, so that's for the displacement. Now we're going to add the glow. So let's go ahead and go back to the displace and glow. And first set it to add. And then we'll see it a little bit more, which is pretty good. Now we want to add the glow to that one. So let's go to stylize, glow. And then you just got to basically set the glow the way you want it. And I'll just go ahead and do mine real quick. However you like it. There's no one setting for this. It's just however you want it to look. There. Original AB colors. I'm going to change it to the fiery look, of course. Tend to like the fiery stuff. Big fiery guy. There. Alright. Good. AB colors. Now, I just got to get this. We have to probably make the particles a little brighter, so we can see them better. Definitely have to do that. Let's turn this down. I wanted to keep that up a little bit. There we go. A little bit. Good. Okay, now we had the particles flowing off me. Now, the way we change all this stuff, if we want it to look any different, here, let me set this a little bit different, like around there. Okay, that's just for a glow. That could be any way you want it. Now, if we want to adjust any of this stuff, we need to go back to the auto trace comp that we did. So let's alt and double click on this. Now basically we can either go to the particles and just simply add more particles to it and see how that looks. Just make it, you know, more crazy or thicker, and then go back to it and see how it looks. We'll have to change our glow now because we added the more particles. Too much glow there. Alright, so now we have our flow coming off of us. Now you can also go back and to it and either change the brightness and just to see how it looks, make it less like a gray color and see how